pretty good. First, we're going to see what horses are here to hang out with us. And what we have is, this is Natalia. Natalia is a 2-year-old wild Mustang filly that we adopted last year. And we've been doing only positive reinforcement with her, which means a lot of protected contact. This is a wild animal, and all youngsters tend to be a little bit rambunctious. There is her partner in crime, cute little chili face over there, who is peeking around to see if she could be a part of the conversation. So that's pretty funny, but they're being a little forward. They're being a little pushy in their mannerisms, pawing at the gate and things like that. She's a big, scary animal. I don't know, she might hurt me, right? So I need her to just be calm over there in her space, and then we can hang out in a few minutes after she has a little bit of time to settle down. So in the meantime, let's direct our attention to our #1 volunteer trainer. This is Miss Patty. And she has been coming here for almost 3 years, you guys, at least 2 or 3 times a week for almost 3 years. And she took the Horse Training Masterclass more than once and has been here and helped teach a lot of the classes and students and everything that have just come through here over the last 2.5 years. So I just wanted to really thank you for doing all of that.
Oh, it's been my pleasure, believe me.
You had just done a really amazing job. It's been incredible to watch you, and so inspiring to see you take the information in, even though you were sort of trained in a different way at other horse rescues before you came to this one. Mm-hmm. So I was just wondering if you could tell people a little bit about that.
Well, I spent 4 years working at another horse rescue, learning just all about horses. And I had no experience at all when I started with horses, but I always knew I loved them, so I wanted to learn. And I learned a lot about grooming and feeding them and mucking, of course, and all of that kind of thing, and some about training. And we did a lot of very gentle training, but it wasn't really positive reinforcement. It was much more on the negative side, especially if the horse was misbehaving. So I loved really coming to work here and be able to learn how to do it from the positive side all the time, and learning that every single time that you interact with a horse, even just looking at them, that's training.
It is. You're always training.
Always training.
Always training. If you're anywhere near them, you are training them. You are having some kind of an influence on their behavior. And that is an amazing thing. It's like a superpower, right? Because you're actually horse training way more of the time when you're interacting. And so that is why, scientifically speaking, positive reinforcement is the fastest way. So people always think it's faster to just get after them with the flag or get after them with the lunge whip. And that is absolutely not true, as proven over and over again by 100 years of science and all the awesome, amazing dolphin and marine mammal trainers out there who have shown us up. And so horse people, we got some catching up to do, because they are smoking us when it comes to animal training. You have no idea. So we wanted to take a moment to introduce you to Patty so that we could thank her for all of her work that she has done here for us. And so appreciative, so grateful. And it really just, I think, struck me, Patty, last weekend when you were in the round pen and you were working with Oliver and Rowan. So she's working with 2 horses that are loose, free, right? So no halters, no lead ropes, no everything. So, people really talk about liberty training, but liberty training is a foundation for positive reinforcement, right? So liberty training is a part of that, of course, right? And so anybody who has experience with liberty training knows that that is an awesome way to go, but you have to partner that also with positive reinforcement so that you have boundaries for safety, right? So little kids aren't getting hurt and people aren't getting knocked over and things like that. Not everybody has the capability to run real fast if a 1,000-pound horse decides to do a quick pivot, right? Yeah. So safety first, always at the ResqRanch. So what I saw you doing that was just so impressive to me is, so you were engaged, you were able to completely engage 2 separate animals, a gelding and a mare, both dominant herd, so they have a lot of motivation to ignore her and go boss around everybody, which they have the choice to do, right? So we're not putting them in a round pen separate from everybody else. There's ability for them to just completely blow her off and go and hang out with their pals in front of the fans because it's hot outside. So she was so exciting to them. She was so rewarding to them that they were following her around excitement and like, oh, Patty, what's she doing? What she's got for us? And getting scratches and getting special loving. And it was just so neat. And then when I knew that you had really absorbed all the lessons that I think the most important lessons you need to know about positive reinforcement is when I caught you out of the corner of my eye. I don't know if you knew I saw you or not, but you did exactly what we talked about, which is that when the horse leaves, when the horse is no longer here,
Relax. Maybe take time to do a few of your squats.
right?
Or some stretches.
Absolutely.
And just wait for a little bit. If you have built a good relationship with them, they'll come back.
Yeah, of course they will. Yeah. So on that note, why don't we go grab a cone to see if we can change the energy up out here and see if any of them will want to come and play and interact with the cone. Anything else, Patty, while we're waiting for that cone that you would like to say about the impact that being here and doing this work and learning about this, could you tell people what that means to you?
Well, actually, I was surprised when I first started here because I came in with the impression that a lot of people have, I think, is that positive reinforcement is just feeding all the time. You give them food for everything. And so it took me a little while to really kind of realize and catch on to the fact that that's not true. It's much more a situation of forming a good relationship with your horse, like making a new friend. And you do that by respecting them and respecting their and asking them, ordering them what to do. And when you form that good relationship, then like when you go out with your best friends and stuff, you can ask them for something and they're willing to give it to you.
Yeah, because you built up a relationship. Right?
And it doesn't have to depend on food. We use food sometimes, but definitely not always.
No, sometimes you get just little pets and rubs and scratches.
Sometimes a hug.
Yeah, so it's that physical interaction is also a very powerful motivator for horses. So people do think it. I agree with you. I think that's one of the biggest pitfalls that I see with people trying to use positive reinforcement is it's not taught in a way that enforces boundaries.
Yeah.
Really, I think that you're going to want to be able to interact. The first step is my pre-flight checklist, right? Making sure fun, freedom, friends, food, that they're comfortable. There's all those things that we already talked about. But then you have to start out with them in protected contact. In fact, I would challenge. I'm going to do a challenge. I'm going to do a 7-day challenge right now. Okay? I'm going to do a 7-day challenge. If you, between now and the next Sunday, if you show me in a video that you can completely groom your whole horse without a halter or lead rope or being tied up, just like in a stall or in a pen or in a corral. And I mean, curry, pick all 4 feet, and fly spray, right? All those things. And you send me that in a video clip, I will send you a free copy of the Horse Training Masterclass just for you. So there you go. So put your email down below, email us and ask about it. So there's that for you guys. So I'm so grateful too that Natalia is back. And that's the other thing. You be grateful. Be grateful you get to be around horses. I think especially sometimes people at the higher levels, they forget to maybe have as much gratitude as they should for the honor and privilege. They can just spend all day playing with horses. Well, the rest of us schmucks have to go to work, right, and pay bills and stuff, right? They're just playing games all the time. So, so I just am very grateful that we have this place and that it's taken a while to, get here. It took 11 years to find it and 2.5 years to make it suitable for company. Yeah, and so now we're here. It's a new chapter. We're going to be doing horse kids camps, training camps starting as soon as the school year begins on Tuesday evenings from starting at 4:30. So definitely look into that. And on that note, I just want to show you my true appreciation for watching you work with both Oliver and Rowan and engaging both of those animals so vibrantly, right? They just were so happy. Not just one horse, people, 2 horses, okay? two horses she kept engaged. They were following her. They kept their heads nice and low. They were moving in unison. I mean, you talk about liberty training. It was a thing of beauty to see. And then even more for me was that when they did walk off and kind of lose interest for just a moment, Patty did exactly what the life coach for people with pets tells you. The one and only life coach for people with pets is that you need to also take care of your physical self if you want to take great care of your animals. It's just as important that your mental health is where it's supposed to be and your physical health is supposed to be, to make sure that you stay safe. Again, this is a big, giant wild animal, could be a wild animal, and so we want to safety first. And so one of the ways is to make sure we're always checking in, taking a deep breath, doing a squat, doing a stretch. And just like Patty said earlier, which you already saw, she said they're going to come right back. And, she did. And that's what they did too. I saw them walk off, and then I saw you catch yourself, and then they came right back. And it was just a thing of beauty to watch that dance between you and both those horses in that liberty setting. So I wanted to give you a little something.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so this is I, Dr. Gina Queston, founder of the ResqRanch, proudly present to Miss Patty Wood, Positive Reinforcement Trainer of the Year on this day, August 17th of 2025. So this is in recognition of the amazing work and time and dedication that you've had to learning positive reinforcement here with us at the ResqRanch. And you deserve it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, you're welcome. Natalia says, I like it too.
The horses deserve most of the credit.
But here at the ResqRanch, we have that. We've been having that for a couple of years now. So we have Positive Reinforcement Trainer of the Year. We have information about it on ResqRanch.org. We've had it up there for a couple of years. And you just show us a cute little video of what you're capable of doing. And then it doesn't matter if it's your dog or cat or horse or goldfish. If you taught them how to do something cute, send it in. And then next year, maybe you will be chosen to be the ResqRanch Positive Reinforcement Horse Trainer of the Year. Maybe. Good girl. Turn. Back, good. Over, good. Over, good. Good. Pretty good.
Great girl.
Pretty good. We could have turned it into something else. What we wanted to do was we wanted to see if we could put a halter on Dixie. But Dixie said, I'm out of here, people. Then we have to be like, okay, because that's what we do. So we didn't force the issue with Dixie. So what we're going to do is go ahead and turn off the live stream and work with who's here, and we'll take a video of that you can catch on one of our other days, one of our Friday videos. So please be sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, or however all that works. And we really need somebody to come and volunteer here, a high school student, to come and film these Tuesday night classes. So if you are in high school or you just have an interest in film and videography, we really need a videographer. So if you or someone you know, especially someone who has a drone, would be interested in doing some video for that, for us, we are in desperate need of that. So please email us, info@resqranch.org. So I have just grass hay. I have little horsey pellets that are candy treats, kind of horse style, and then alfalfa cubes. Again, be careful with alfalfa cubes. You need to know the medical history of your horse before using those, and that's why as a professional trainer, you really can't be doing the best job possible if you are not being aware of the animal's medical history. Look at my smashed up bucket. Okay, we are a rescue, we're a charity. We don't take anything for granted, so we have a smashed up bucket, and that's the best we got. And that's okay. That bucket works perfectly fine, even though it's smashed up, so it doesn't matter to me. So I am going to put these things aside, and then so we can get ready for our training session. So what do we have? We have Oliver, who is still what? He's still here, right? So since he's still here, she's still over there saying, yeah, I don't, no thanks, I'm good. Maybe? Oh, she's looking at me? You want to be in on it? Maybe, huh? And then we've got the peanut gallery over there in line, observing and watching what's happening to their friends here, trying to make up their mind if they think this is a good idea or not. And they want to turn, though, to get at some of this stuff. So what stands between them and these things here. Few things. One would be a target, because we're always going to be thinking about push-pull, and a horse that's target trained knows to follow. So can you see how I call this, watch me, like imagine energy. Good. And how I just moved him. Very good. Very good. And that is what I'm looking for. Down low, right? Hand nice and flat, just like we're always going to do that. That was really good. And so I'm loving how this is going so far. Now, if he gets to be too pushy on the fence, which could happen, okay, that could happen at any minute here because he's really excited, okay? And that's great. I mean, we love a horse that can't wait to train and be messed with and handled, and that's all he's doing, right? Please put the halter on me. Please put a saddle on me. Please, please ride me. Please ride me. So you don't have to worry or wonder about anything as does this horse want to hang out with me, and is he safe for me to get on and train? Because he certainly is. There's no doubt about it. But we also don't want to allow him to practice like kicking the bars like he just did. But I was in the middle of a sentence, so I had to let it go. But here, I just saw him chase away a fly. So that's a perfect time for me spray. And I did not tell him that I was going to spray him first. And so he's angry with me, and he got scared by that. And so that's okay, because he also damaged my place that he's lucky enough to get to live at. He doesn't need to be kicking. And so it's okay to kind of have that. And guess who's here? Oh, yeah. So he wasn't like that traumatized, clearly, guys, okay? Because he's right back again. Let me see if I can get him to do some more work. Good. Let's go this way.
Sure.
Turn. Okay, this is tough. Is he going to be able to do it? Is he going to want to do it? With this other horse here, what will he do? She wants it. Do I give her the opportunity to touch it or not, right? So her head is getting above the line, and he is back in play. So it's kind of like the chess game when you're dealing with multiple horses anyway. And there we go. Love it. Now, because he got a little bit strong and was pushing, yeah, I'm gonna just give him some pets instead. Very good. Yeah, no food. No, food leaves the equation when we're damaging the barn, okay? We don't get food and damage the barn or kick things. Yeah, that was a good one. He still was a good boy. Yeah, he was a good boy. Yes, good boy. Okay, hold on. Let me get you a different view. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my push and my pull. Okay, so this is a pull. Okay, I'm using like energetically imagine that there's a ray of energy coming out of the end of this thing, okay? Just picture it in your mind, you can be creative. And then you're gonna be drawing the animal around where you want them to go based on where this is going, because he's been trained that if he touches his nose on this thing, he's gonna get a reward. And so that's very motivating for him. He knows the connection. It's like he has at least 2 words in the sentence, right? If that makes sense. So he can kind of speak English in a way. And so right now he's asking for an opportunity to do some work. So we can either lead him around again. So let's go ahead and do that. And I like to add some energy to it too, right? So I like to see how quickly I can get him to come over here and touch it, right? Do you want to come and touch it? Good boy. There we go. There we go. Good, good, good. And so that was so slow, okay? That was so slow and lazy that I don't really want to reward that too much. Okay, so I just walked off, and look who came right back anyway. Good, okay, and that was very good. Good boy. Joyce, very good. 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 That's a good boy. So I didn't go in there that time because there's another horse here, and just for my own personal safety, it was kind of best not to do that. So you're always going to be doing a push and a pull. So first think pull, which is love, which is come to me, which is I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to make this the most fun evening of your life, right? This is going to be your best Thursday night of the whole summer, okay? And so then you're going to have a pull, okay? And a pull is something that could be an aversive, but also can be trained with R+ to not be an aversive, and also help minimize having to use very much LIMA, which is LIMA, which is least invasive. You guys know, put it down below if you know, because I'm concentrating on him and I can't think of it at the moment. You behavior nerds, tell us what it is down below. Okay, so I always like to have a push and a pull. Okay, so a push is not meant as an aversive. Okay, so it's not equivalent to your flag or your crop or your lunge line or any of those things. What it's equivalent to is these are behaviors I need this animal to be able to tolerate because I need to give him pain meds, I need to give him dental care. Okay, so it's important that if you're a good horse owner, you can do this with your horse. It should be a part of when you are putting the halter and grooming them. You should have a syringe in your tack kit so that you can always be working on this. Okay, and so how I'm going to work on it is, again, always like way low, right? And he's still interested, so good. So he's targeting the syringe, which is great. Good. So I'm going to I should have clicked him a little sooner for sure, because he's still here, right? He's still here. So yeah, so my story about the people in the pet store that were asking their veterinarian, that's, I would really encourage you to make sure that you're always asking your veterinarian your health questions and not the people at the pet store until after you've talked to your veterinarian first. So here we have the wild fillies, okay? They are here in a team. We joke around that they're like velociraptors because they travel in a pack. It's the two of them and they're always like causing trouble, right? And so I love that Oliver came back and that he's here. But what I mostly want to talk about is Miss Dixie, who's not here, because she's low on the totem pole and she's happy that everybody's up here interested in what I'm doing because she is down there just eating all the food that she can put in her little mouth, and hopefully that really helps her to gain a bunch of weight now right before winter time, so that she will have a better chance of faring through the tough winter, and hopefully she'll let us blanket her maybe this year too, but certainly we're going to keep her stalled at night during the winter this year, and she's learning to love it. We did do a dental on her, so we did blood work on her and a stool sample. Everything looks great. She has amazing blood work. She's not full of parasites. So we did her teeth, and that was less than a week ago, and that is the video that's coming up. And that's the video that I wanted to mention, that the thing that is amazing about what we do here is the fact that we can offer all this training. Good. And with these animals, and then we're lucky and blessed enough to do that. So I'm gonna give him a little pet. I didn't target him though. Because getting a dental for your animal, whether it's your dog or your cat or your horse, it's not cheap, right? It's not cheap. And A, it's not cheap. And B, they're going under general anesthesia, which nobody wants, right? Nobody wants that. And so the best thing to do is avoid having to get a dental on your pet in the first place and just take care of their teeth. It's not hard and you can do it. So it's kind of like, think of it this way, why buy the cow if you can have the milk? If any of you have heard of that. So he is just following me and offering behavior and offering behavior. So I don't need to do anything with him because I 100% have him right where I want him to be, and he'll do whatever I want him to do whenever I want him to do it. And if he starts to get aggressive and frustrated, then I'm going to work on my push, right? Which is working on getting him to allow me to flush his mouth out. And let's just see what happens if I come down here. Good. Good. Okay, so I'm just desensitizing him right now in this moment to this thing. just verbally telling him he's doing a good job. He doesn't really need a bunch of food rewards or anything for something simple like that. And how do I know? Because he's still here. Okay, he's right there, but pretty much he's still here. So my point is that it is expensive to take care of horses, okay? So maybe you never really think about that. Maybe you enjoy these videos and enjoy watching these animals, but they take a lot of care and they take a lot of work. I'm here a lot of hours without as much help as we could use. So definitely, if that's of interest to you, reach out to us because we need more help on all fronts, volunteers to help us with getting hay and the tractor and making sure the animals have all the things that they need, their vaccines, being dewormed, that they're getting their medications. There's just a lot that we're doing here, along with giving classes to, primarily we're gonna be doing kids classes going into the fall. And so it's gonna be teaching them how to be horse trainers. And so that should be really, really fun. And I'm super excited and happy to tell you about that because we're just launching that. So back to Dixie. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really say, but I mean, a dental cleaning on a pet these days, most of the time can easily cost you anywhere from, depending on how they do it, I don't know, $300 to $5,000, I mean, so it doesn't matter which end of the spectrum that might be for you and your budget, that's a lot, right? And then plus the animals going under anesthesia, so you don't want that. You want to take care of their teeth, but it's expensive to take care of their teeth. And we're lucky that I'm here and that I'm a veterinarian and I have all the tools in the tool belt that I can take the time to do all the things that these animals need, but also realizing that that's me donating my time, right? So that means I don't get days off, but that's okay. I don't mind that so much, but I don't really get days off, and I'm here working 7 days a week for you and for them. And so the more volunteers that we can get, the more donations we can get also helps, right? We are definitely in the process of getting $8,000 together so that we can build this concrete barn structure, community center, children's museum that we are working to have here on this site in a year and a half. So that's what we're working towards doing. So if you find it in your heart to give us a little donation, that would be amazing. And God bless you. And we would really appreciate anything that you could possibly give. And if you are unable to, that's okay too. If you can just like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, send a video to someone else, make a comment on any of the videos, ask questions. The more conversation that we can get going on this channel, we're almost there. Not quite even, just about halfway to where we can reach more people and get more grants. There's a lot of grant funding available for nonprofits, but only once your social media has gone beyond a certain point. And so that costs you nothing. So if you could help us with any of that, that would be amazing too. So mostly, I just want you to enjoy the video about Dixie. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to ask your veterinarian first before going to the pet store. And how do I know? Because I'm Dr. Q, the life coach for people with pets, and I'm here to help you live the most amazing life you ever thought possible with all of the animals in your life. God bless you, and we'll see you here next time.